Waking from a light doze and peering out the aeroplane window, I made out black mountain tops poking through a bed of clouds as I focused my eyes and double-checked I was not still dreaming. Yogykarta, or Jogja as it's locally known in central Java, Indonesia, is volcano country, some of which are still very much alive. I was flying in for a conference, but had worked out between the breaks and the schedule of talks and discussions I could squeeze about a day's worth of sightseeing in. On day one I snuck out of the last session and walked to Malioboro Street as the sun went down. It's the most famous street in the world, the hotel concierge told me as I asked directions and took off into the rush hour crowds. The market-filled streets hummed with activity. Rickshaws and horse-drawn carriages vied for space along the one-way street as I pushed through, stopping to take pictures of the decaying shop fronts. I managed to make it to the end without being persuaded to view art galleries or buy cut-price petite clothing, and decided to return through the alleyways that run parallel. The next morning my alarm rang at 5 AM and I headed off to the city's main attraction. The 9th century World Heritage Site, Borobudur, is as impressive as Buddhist temples get. The huge structure is made up of 6 square platforms topped by another 3 circular ones and adorned with 2,672 relief panels and 504 Buddha statues. After an hour in the warm early morning light, my taxi driver suggested a slow return to the hotel via the paddy fields below the city's most volatile volcano, Mount Merapi. Getting off the busy main road, we meandered through lush green fields interspersed with rivers of volcanic rocks and destroyed homes. Mount Merapi is the most active volcano in Indonesia and has erupted regularly since 1548, last spilling molten lava down its mountainside in October 2010. Resilient villagers have turned their misfortunate geography into a popular tourist attraction, with lookout towers and guided tours that tell stories of miraculous escapes. Before returning to the conference room, I made one last stop, taking in another 9th century World Heritage Site at the Hindu temple complex of Prambanan. It's one of the largest Hindu temples in Southeast Asia, characterized by a 47-meter high central pointed tower with a surrounding complex of similarly pointy temples. Recovered from the morning's excursion, I returned back to Prambanan in the evening for the Ramayana ballet performed on a stage with the temple lightly lit behind. The epic Asian tale of Rama and the beautiful princess Jirisinta is given an Indonesian twist both in terms of the plot and from its unique performance using traditional Javanese dance. Without a plot synopsis, it's a little hard to follow the story, but the spectacle, colour and occasional acrobatics is an experience not to be missed. For conference goers and tourists alike, Jogja misses out on the finesse of Bali or the hustle and bustle of Jakarta, but for a more genuine central Indonesian experience with volcanoes and temples aplenty, it's well worth spending a few days exploring. This is DJ Clark in Jogja, Indonesia for China Daily.